all in one series, Social Science. 8th Standard, Part Geography, Chapter 11. The Earth, our living planet. Important points and key concepts, exercises, questions. Additional multiple choice question answer test. First slide. Earth, our home. Earth is third planet from the sun. Supports life due to suitable distance from the sun. Temperature, life supporting gases, atmosphere and water cycle. Earth is known by various names: living planet, unique planet, watery planet, blue planet. Size and the shape of the Earth. Earth is the fifth largest planet in the solar system. Earth's diameter 4 times larger than the moon, 107 times smaller than the sun. Shape of the Earth: ovoid, earth-shaped or oblate, chamfered, paired, flattened at the poles, bulged at the equator. Equatorial diameters 12,700 km. Polar diameters 12,714 kilometers. Difference 42. Equatorial circumferences 40,070 kilometers. Polar circumferences 40,008 kilometers. Next slide. Land and water distribution. Total surface of area 510 million square kilometers. Water 361 million square kilometers, 70.78%. Land 149 million square kilometers, 29.22%. Ratio: land and water ratio is 1 ratio 2.43. Continents 7. Asia largest, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, Australia is smallest. Oceans 4. Pacific largest and deepest, Atlantic, Indian and Arctic smallest and shallowest. Northern hemisphere 60% of land and 40% of water, called land hemisphere. Southern hemisphere 19% of land and 81% of water, called water hemisphere. Next slide. Latitudes and longitudes used to determine location, direction and distance. Lines for a grid on the globe. Latitudes: imaginary horizontal lines joining places with a same angular distance from the equator, measured in degrees north or south. Equator 0 degree is the longest latitude, also called the Great Circle. Total 181 latitudes, 90 north and 19 south plus equator. Grand distance between 2 degrees 110.4 kilometers. Important latitudes first. Equator, Great Circle. Next 23.5 degree, half degree north, Tropic of Cancer. 23 degree half south, Tropic of Capricorn. 66.5 degree north, Arctic Circle. 66.5 degree south, Antarctic Circle. 90 degree north, North Pole and 90 degrees south, South Pole. Longitude: imaginary vertical lines from pole to pole, also called meridians. Total 360, including 180 degree east and 180 degree west. Prime meridian 0 degree passes through Greenwich, England. Equator ground distance between the longitudes 111 kilometers. Longitudes coverage at the poles. Longitude and time: Earth rotates 360 degree in 24 hours. 1 degree equal to 4 minutes or 15 degree equal to 1 hour. Time formula: east gain time added, west lose time subtract. Next slide. Time concepts. Local time based on longitude and position of the sun. 12 noon occurs when the sun is vertically overhead. Standard time: uniform time across a country to avoid confusion, based on central or important meridian. India's standard time IST 82.5 degree east longitude passes through Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. IST is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of GMT. Next slide. Time zones. Globe divided into 24 time zones. Countries with a large longitudinal extent have multiple time zones. Russia maximum 11 time zones. USA and Canada 5 each time zones. Australia 3 time zones. Next slide. International Date Line IDL. Located near 180-degree longitude opposite to the prime meridian, passes mostly through the Pacific Ocean, avoiding land masses. Crossing ideal effects. West East Asia to North America gain 1 day. Repeat. East to West North America to Asia lose 1 day. Now exercises. First, fill in the blanks with the suitable words. First, the total geographical area of the earth is 510 million square kilometers. Second, the shape of the earth is geoid or oblate faired. Third, the equatorial and polar diameters of the earth is 12,700 kilometers and 12,740 kilometers. 23.5 degree north latitude is called as Tropic of Cancer. The Indian Standard Time based on 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude. Next, answer the following questions briefly. First, why is the earth called living planet? Answer, because it is the home for all forms of the life like plants, animals, and human being. This is due to its suitable distance from the sun, range of temperature, life supporting gases, atmosphere, water cycle, and other favorable conditions that support life. Seventh question, why are the north and southern hemispheres called land and water hemispheres? Our answer, the northern hemisphere is called land hemisphere because it has 60% land and 40% water. The southern hemisphere is called the water hemisphere because it has 80% of water and only 90% of land. This uneven distribution of the land and water is the reason behind these names. Question number 8. What are latitudes and longitudes? Answer. Latitudes are imaginary horizontal lines drawn on the globe that join all places having the same angular distance north or south of the equator. They are called parallels of latitude. The equator is the longest latitude and there are a total of 181 latitudes including the equator. Longitudes are imaginary vertical lines that joins the north and south poles. Intersecting the equator at right angles, they are called meridians and are used to determine time direction. There are 360 longitudes in total, 180 to east and 180 to the west of the prime meridian. Ninth question, mention the difference between the local time and standard time. Our answer, local time and local time is the time according to the longitude to the place or the position of the sun at that place. Standard time is a uniform time followed throughout the country based on selected central meridian. Second difference, it varies from the place to place depending on the longitude. It is the same across the entire country to avoid confusion. Example, when the sun is directly overhead at place, it is 12 noon here. Third example, here 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude is used to determine the Indian Standard Time IST. 10th question, what is the international date line? Our answer, the international date line is an imaginary line located along with 180-degree meridian on the globe opposite of the prime meridian. It passes through the Pacific Ocean that makes slight detours to avoid land masses. This line is used to adjust the date and the day when the people cross it by ship or aeroplane. When crossing the ideal from the west to east, Asia to North America, one day is repeated. When crossing from the east to west, North America to Asia, one day is lost. It helps maintain a consistent calendar across the world. Next slide. Define the followings. First, 11th one, unique planet. Definition. The Earth is called a unique planet because it is only known planet that supports life. Its suitable distance from the sun, range of the temperature, presence of the life supporting gases, water cycle and protective atmosphere capable of sustaining planet, animals, human beings, which makes truly unique in the solar system. Next, 12th, the size of Earth. The size of Earth is the fifth largest planet in the Sun's family. Its total geographical area is about 510 million square kilometers, out of which 161 square kilometers, 70.78 is covered by the water, and 149 million square kilometers, 49.22% by land. The equatorial diameters of the Earth is 12,756 kilometers and polar diameters is 12,714 kilometers, showing that the Earth is slightly flattened at the poles and the bulged at the equator. This shape is called geoid or oblate. Faired. 13. Geoid. The term geoid means earth-shaped. It describes the actual shape of the earth, which is slightly flattened at the poles and bulged at the equator. This shape is also known as an oblate sphere. The differences of 42 kilometers between the equatorial diameter and polar diameter is the proof that the earth is a geoid rather than a perfect sphere. 14. Continents. Continents are the large land masses on the Earth's surface. There are 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Asia is the largest continent. Australia is the smallest continent. These land masses vary in size and are unevenly distributed across the globe. 15. Prime meridian. The prime meridian is the imaginary line of longitude marked as a 0-degree longitude. It passes through Greenwich, England, and used as the starting point from measuring longitudes. It divided the Earth into the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere, and all time zones are calculated based on their distance east or west of the prime meridian. 16th, Indian Standard Time, IST. Indian Standard Time is the official time observed throughout the India. It is based on 82 degrees 30 minutes east longitude, which passes through Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. IST 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. It provides the uniform time from the entire country, avoid caused by local times in a different region. Now, additional multiple choice questions, answers, CQ test.